Hey guys, this is Introducing Emmy and we're back with another Redline Tuesday. This one is from Golden Drak, D-R-A-K, angel.deviantart.com. goldendrakangel.deviantart.com. There we go. So, here we go. We're going to get started. Let's just drop some landmarks and sort of trying to decide where the feet and the knees and all that stuff will go. Maybe the top of the head there, chin there, eyes. Cool. Hey, this is another standing person. I need practice drawing standing people. Of course, she's in a dress, so most of that will be covered, but that's okay. She's standing pretty straight up and down, so maybe I'll just draw like one side and we'll mirror it over and see what we get. Now, that's a pretty boring pose, but it's going to be under her dress anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, let me think here. I'm not sure if this dress is supposed to reach, reach the floor or not, so okay. I realized I made her waist a little wider, oh man, I am just not with it today. Wider, but that's only to make the skirt flare out a little more. And let's see, I think what I'll do, is I will mark kind of like the outermost flare. Yeah, I'll just put a little line there. And then I'm actually curious if I could mirror the head as well. Work smarter, not harder. This is very teeny. Wow, her eyebrow game is extremely strong. Now, the hair is blocking the face, so I'm just kind of fluffing parts of the face, but you guys get the idea. And I'm just going to put a little mark where the mouth is going to be because I kind of like to do mouths, even if I'm drawing a character from the front. I like to do mouths last. Mouths. I feel like I'm saying that funny. Let's also raise her shoulder a teens. Just clean up some of this. Okie dokie. And let's mirror this over and kind of see what we got out of this. Again, she looks a little bow-legged. I'm not happy about that, but I'm actually going to use the face as kind of my jumping off point. Oh my gosh, I just had this sort of flashback about her face. It kind of reminds me, you should never say this about an artist's work, you should never be like, well, this reminds me of something, but this only vaguely reminds me of, oh gosh, I think it's an episode of Angry Video Game Nerd, where he did Independence Day. I think it might have been Independence Day. There's like a no, it's not Independence Day. It's some other game, but there's like a face that appears up in the corner, and it goes, "Where did you learn to fly?" And it's a flying game, and that's about all I can remember about. But the face is like this, like kind of beautiful face, if I remember correctly. Somebody's gonna find it and be like, "The face wasn't beautiful at all," and then I'm gonna feel weird. I thought it was a beautiful face. Let me get rid of this line here. This is just to mark where the chin was gonna go. I guess also maybe because the girl in the game, like, she didn't have any features really. Like, she didn't have hair or anything descriptive about her because she was like a computer image, and that's kind of what this girl is, because I haven't, you know, like put hair on her or anything distinguishing about her, so she just kind of looks like a vacant model right now. Let me see here. Let me go 50, sorry. Thinking. I left all this space up at the top because I am going to go over these, at least this head here, because it's a profile. So I used to have a lot of problems with profiles. I used to have a lot of problems with all kinds of art, because I'm good like that. So she's ended up a little... the word I'm looking for, wide. So I'm actually going to kind of trying to think how to do this. I guess I could just do something like that and then keep pushing it closer to the center. How thin can I get her? Okay, then what I'll do is, this is why I like Photoshop, because you can like tweak your sketches around until you get them just as you want them. So then I'm going to do perspective here, try to bring it, man, I totally messed that up. Let's see, you have to be careful how you select things, because if you don't get them like right, like pretty even on both sides, you're gonna get really like wonky fixes to stuff, so you want to try to like make sure everything's centered. So that looks pretty centered, and then we'll just go back. By the way, this particular tool is under Edit, Transform, and then Perspective, and then it'll evenly drag objects towards or away from each other. If you're not careful with it, you can get some really wonky results, but if you're just trying to like adjust things really fast, like here, like I don't like that her feet are heel to heel, almost like she's like a ballet dancer or something, so I'm just gonna actually push them away from each other. But just sloppily selecting things, and now she looks bow-legged. That's okay though. I'm just gonna say forget it because you can't even see them. Just go like that. No. In actuality, it would probably be, let's see here. Again, I'm putting her in heels just because she's in... what's the style? It's almost like a flamenco dancer skirt. Kinda. Emmy, how to draw shoes. Not like this, my child, not like this. Wow, those are some of the worst pumps I've ever drawn. Okay, wow, we're so good at this, you guys. So good. Now, I'm roughing this out. I'm like really roughing this out, but something like that. But again, this pose is really static. I mean, she's just standing there, no big whoop. Okay, so I actually didn't even bother pulling up a reference for this dress because I am the smartest. So I am actually going to build off of the one. But you know, who knows? Maybe this is like a fantastical dress and it only vaguely is making me think of like a flamenco dancers. I could have it all wrong. So I'm basically just trying to make the sides of the dress, the bell shape, more even. And I'm actually running out of room because I didn't plan ahead. Okay, sorry. Back to it, kids. Back to it. So again, the skirt kind of is like eternal and goes on forever, but well, it goes to the bottom of the paper or the original image that I had access to. So I'm actually going to... my dog's barking at me in her sleep. I'm actually going to end it right there with just like a hint of her shoes underneath. Man, you could actually, you know what, screw that. Let's just go right to the floor. You'll need... not that I don't think it's good to know where her feet are, I just think it's more dramatic, maybe, to have it go all the way to the ground. Did you know that some opera singers perform barefoot because it's like better for them, it's better for singing, I guess, to have your feet evenly planted on the ground. But because of that, they design outfits for some opera singers so that they you can't see their feet, so you have no idea that they're walking around barefoot on stage. I guess if their character is barefoot, though, I guess it wouldn't matter. Because of my big fat brush here, I can't get like super detailed, but just trying to get some of the things in here. Alright, so let's do the mask and the hand holding up the mask. So, what I like to do, again, this is not necessarily how I would plan a drawing, but oh, so this is interesting. Just trying to dissect kind of like how this hand is done. So what I like to do is kind of do an outline of the hand. Maybe put like a little mark or, you know, a circle or something there. And then I do kind of the same deal with the shoulder that we've already drawn the shoulder. And then we have to kind of place the arms. But if her hand was like, if she had her arm up, you know, holding the mask kind of to her shoulder, her elbow would actually, you can even, if you do it to yourself, your elbow is more like in front of you. So that is what we are going to do. I guess that would kind of smoosh her boob a little bit. The reason I went is because I'm just trying to figure out what these sleeves are. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I guess if you... maybe something like that. And then these are like... I don't know why I'm like obsessed with the accessories this time around for some reason. I can't stop. I'm obsessed. Okay. So, and then the mask. Wow, this, I really should have made this drawing larger. So we're just gonna kind of ghost in her thumb. And, my rule of thumb, is that the edge of the thumb, oh, you did it here! The thumb kind of just ends slightly beyond where the fingers meet the palm, so that's my rule of thumb. So here the fingertips are actually going like way too far down the hand, almost like she's been sliced into the palm, you know? So... and also, her fingers are kind of like folded, like more this way, and there's nothing for her to like really hold like that, so let's just straighten them slightly. And then as far as the mask is concerned, it's basically like a face that's just not on a head. So, you know, draw your center lines and now, if I was being like really meticulous, like if I had to draw this mask a lot and in a lot of different angles and stuff, I would just model it like in SketchUp or something, just to make my life easier. I'm actually going to just erase it now that I've explained it. There we go. Oh, I should probably do the other arm, huh? Well, let me real quick, I'm pushing my time limit for this one. Let me real quick put a layer of color here. Kind of fade some stuff back. Just so that we can all be on the same page here. So, screen. Okay, and then we'll just do this arm. So, let me real quick, I'm actually going to rotate this and everybody's going to yell at me. Just pretend it's a piece of paper on a table. I'm rotating it. Just want to show you something here. So let me just go over your hand real quick. Let me multiply it so you can see it. Why did I do that? Okay, so this is our new hand. But that is not what I wanted to show you. Wow. Could I be any more off? So this hand, well, now that I've redrawn it, but it needs to be about the same size as that one. She has kind of dainty hands, like dainty. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it smallish. And it actually, now that I've made it smaller, it does feel like it's falling more. Where it needs to be. Okay. And then we have new elbow position. It's funny, her elbow is kind of like her her right upper arm is almost the right length. But the it's not far enough over, so the forearm, right? That's the lower part of the arm. I don't know why forearm sounds strange to me, but anyway, the lower part of the arm has to reach all the way across the chest, so that's why you get this like really long arm there. Anyway, sorry. And then we're just going to straighten the arm up a little bit. There's kind of like a bite taken out of it right there. So we'll just straighten it up and put the little glove thing on. And some ruffly ruffles. I know, I'm redrawing it because I made it orange. Sorry. There you go. I think that's pretty much all we... Well, I was going to do the profile, but I'm sort of running short on time now. I've got 4 minutes here to just finish up what I wanted to do originally. So, one thing I would do is maybe not have the hair in such like a perfect little M. If you want to do that, like if that's where your priority is lay, then do it. But because her dress is tilted, I would actually tilt the hair kind of in the same-ish direction. I don't know. I'm like redesigning your character. I always do this, you know. I get somebody's character and then, excuse me, I mess around with it too much. I don't know, for fun. But anyway, so we're gonna real quick run over here, do the profiles. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. One thing I like to do since I work digital a lot is let's just take the head now that I've drawn all over it with hair and whatnot. So we're gonna draw, man, I'm losing my voice. So let's pretend that did you do this digital? Yeah. So what I would do here is I would just take the head. I mean, come on, we're not going to leave it here, obviously, but we want to get close, okay? So it's going to be our front face. And then, ooh, I even got the ears pretty close too. Look at that. Not you, me. I'm being a pip. Now, I realize that you can't see her features here, but we're gonna go for it. I also just realized I really don't know what this nose is doing, but see if we can get this in the ballpark. And I realize I'm like drawing over a mask. That is neither here nor there. Eyebrows actually arc way up here. Eyebrow game is so strong. think I'm actually almost being too subtle with the lips. But anyway, that's kind of how I like to work on my head turnarounds and stuff. 3/4 is obviously the hardest. You know, it's kind of like somewhere between the two. And I don't know if this is like the official way to do this, but this is how I like to do it. I like to do it in one way that I know is going to be easy, which is usually the front or the side, and then from there I go the other ways. Like I kind of fill in the gaps. Neck shadow. Okay, so I'll stop messing around here. Let me just turn that off. It's still in the file though. And let me gonna make this lighter for a sec. I want to see this against the original. I think I've made her like a little colder looking. I think I closed her eyes too much or something, or I didn't give her a smoky eye, but there you go. So I want to thank goldendrakangel.deviantart.com for sending this in. It was really fun. And I'll get started on the next one. See you guys in a second. Alright, and we're back with our second, well, two kind of for the day. This one was sent to us by Eileen, who is 12 years old. It's very brave of you to send this in. I would not have done this at 12 because I was at the work. And I figured since the other one was kind of like 2, I did like a profile and then I did like the main body. Might as well do 2 here. So as I'm recording this, I'm actually waiting for somebody to come over, a friend of mine, so I might have to interrupt this video. And it would be rude to be like, can you wait in the living room while I finish recording? So there's not a lot to talk through on the process of like chibis or whatever you want to call them, super deforms. I kind of don't like that. It seems wrong to be like, well, they're not just deformed, they're super deformed. Okay, so anyway, we'll just call them chibis. But just keep everything real big and round and cute. Teeny nose. Sometimes in anime, instead of like that, you'll see just like a dot. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with the dot. You don't have to do that, but also instead of lashes being like lines, I like to do kind of like triangles or like squares. Try to keep things like a little chunky, flubby, cute. This character reminds me of Aurelian. She's a mindcracker. One of those folks that plays Minecraft. So I'm going to be a cheaty cheat and just mirror the eye over. And if you're not doing this on a computer, you can't do that. So you'll just have to draw it and try to keep it close. Now I'm getting overly fancy here, and I realize this is not in the original, but I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas. Maybe even put some little eyebrows. Little cute marks. Me. I don't draw stuff like this. I don't know what that noise was. It's my cute noise. I don't draw like in this style too often, which is like a huge lie. I like to draw this style for my webcomic, Trying Human, but I get the impression nobody likes it but me. So I don't do it much. Those are like little tear ducts right there. She's got a sweater. Again, just keep things round. You don't have to get like overly, like you don't have to put all these like wrinkles on if you don't want. And she's got like a little flame, which I kind of messed up a little. And then when it comes to like chibi hair, I've seen everything from like the super simple to the super, well, I noticed you have these like little curls. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should like, or not curls, but like, well, I guess in hair it'd be curls, but like little swirls. But again, like what I was saying is I've seen everything from like the super detailed, like every little strand drawn on chibis, to like just what I like to call shapy hair, where it's just like a shape on top of the head. Maybe do something like that. So you can see her, oh, I'm on a new layer. I was like, wow, I'm so good at erasing. I'm not erasing this. I was on the wrong layer. My smartness is so intense. Oh, and we didn't do the smile. The smile's perfect. You don't even need to do anything with that. Here, watch me mess it all up for you. No. I like to put a little black in the back just to show that like she has like a throat, you know, like her mouth goes somewhere. Let's do this guy. Eee, so cute. Oh, you kind of did the little dot nose over there. I'm giving him little eyebrows again. I'm the boss of the drawing now. No. And then I'm going to be a cheaty snake again and just mirror the one eye so that I can actually get the shape right. I'm actually more concerned about the whoa, made my eraser too big. More concerned about the shape of the iris, the pupil, the dark part of the eye, the not white part. Actually, let's give him some pupils for fun. Again, these are just suggestions. I'm just putzing around on your drawing. I really don't want to change the shape of the head. Let me, rather than, I should have been aware of this when I did it first, but rather than have the eye touching the side of the head, just bring it in a tiny little bit so that, sort of similar to this one, so that there's like a little gap between the edge of the eye and the edge of her face. Just gonna find his shoulders. I like to draw my hoodies with like a little bunching at the bottom. And there's usually like a knit edge or like an elastic section. You could even put a pocket on the front. This is where he keeps his video games and various kawaii things. Don't worry, I'm making fun of me, not making fun of you. I'm so proud I have a character who wears a hoodie. I've stepped into the 20th century. Someday I'll get to the 21st. Oh yeah, you kind of have like that little knit edge there, so you know what I'm talking about. You know how this game is played. I'm just putting some different shapes here. Just giving you some options. Help if that sleeve reached all the way where it should. Not you, me. I messed that up. And then, I don't know, hair, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So all the hair is coming from there. Guess you could just keep it. I mean, I'm kind of going overboard here, but I'm not going to tell you to change it. I'm just, again, I'm kind of playing around. I always do this on your guys' drawings because I'm responsible and do just my work. Oh, I moved it. He's cute as a dickens. There we go. That was my little... Look at her. She looks like she's looking at him like... Nah. This is my little contribution to Chibi Wild. Put another little shadow back here. Maybe even like a little mark for his little chin. Oh, he's so cute. I want 100. Okay. So that is that one. And I want to thank Eileen for sending that in to us. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time for next week's Redline Tuesday. Bye.